controller around a little bit.
Of course,
Every
so
once
I
in a
don't get
while, say,
DC'd.
yeah.
Mm.
Alright. Shit. There we are, boy. Look at that. Look at that. It's been a while. Okay. And let's see. Okay, got it. Woo! Let's see. Oh, looky there. I gotta have the whole screen to myself. Look at that. Hell yeah. Let's do it. All right. Well, let's actually before we actually officially get started, I'm gonna send a link.
Yes. Let me check something, see if this is in game. Oh, it is. That's so cool.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Cool. All right. I'm gonna get this set up real quick. So, since we don't have anybody in the stream just yet, all right. And I want to do this before my phone decides to die. I'm gonna share, copy link. Okay. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in our Discord
If we can get any takers from there.
so that the boys know. Yeah. Okay. Make it easy. And do one more thing. See if I can. It used to let me, but yeah.
Certainly hope you don't hear my brother in the background. Just
Oh,
going off.
it's all good. It's all good. Okay. Hopefully I got everything turned down. Or this is going to start echoing like crazy. Okay. Let's see. Nope, nope. Okay. Well, I guess. Well, that sucks. You used to be able to allow me to go ahead and add the damn thumbnail, but I guess it ain't going to this time.
Suppose we fix it in post.
Mm, try it one more time. If not, we'll just continue on. I don't think
Show
it's going
must go
to.
on.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Well, let me edit. Let's see. Edit that. Uh huh. I'm actually gonna have a freaking thumbnail on here if it'll ever load.
Huge
Uh,
excitement.
I am very excited. Thank you.
Mm.
Select and save. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's get this show on the road. So, welcome to the Grave Shift podcast, Destiny Talk, all of your destiny needs. And tonight I got a new guy with me. He's actually new to the clan. He's this is actually our first day actually speaking with each other, but he was very enthusiastic about the podcast, and he was really wanting to be a part of it. So, Femto, go ahead and say hi to everybody.
Y'all, coming at you live from the live studio audience. How's it going down there?
Yes, half asleep, and probably,
Hey,
hopefully, you don't start snoring on me or none.
25% asleep for the record.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Alright.
first of all, I do want to point out it has been roughly 6 months since my last stream, and 8 months since my last podcast. So there's been a little bit of a time gap. As well, everybody knows, it's been kind of crazy the past couple years. So yeah, I think I get a little bit of a pass. But that being said, we have made some changes. I now have a PC. I have more equipment to be able to bring more content. And I also have some things down the road that I am planning on doing. So, that being said, I think we'll talk more about that later on in the stream. But first, I think we should just go ahead and jump right into the whole Destiny talk. So, Femto,
It's, yes, sir.
I'm going to let you go ahead and pick the first topic you would like to discuss.
First topic. It's always here when you forget what you want to talk about. Um, suppose, which class is the best? Let's start on that one while I start to remember other talking points. I feel
Oh,
like Warlock just has to be the best for like only one reason, just Well of Radiance. Like it's almost impossible to do a raid without Well. It's possible certainly, but like without Well, I mean, there's no shot.
right. I think there's a little bit of bias there though, because so
Although this is coming from an ex Titan main, I was running Titan for a long time before I hopped on the Warlock bandwagon, you know.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, I hope
And
you
yeah, I
enjoy
gotta
that
say,
rad.
honestly, it has a lot for you. A lot of the classes, what really holds them back is the supers, because Hunter has a lot of roaming supers, which is mostly used for like ad clear. And given the current sandbox and how strong Guardians have become, clearing ads, just becomes that easy. So roaming supers sort of become, unnecessary, I
Mm-hmm.
suppose.
Yeah.
And Warlock super is just with each super, there's something viable for top tree war. You have Slova Bomb for some burst damage. Arc, yeah, you got Chaos Reach for again more burst damage. And then, of course, the Well of Radiance, as well as Icarus Dash too, which allows for some insane mobility, just getting some crazy skates off, going faster than any Titan or Hunter can.
Hmm.
And Warlock's just really good for high-end PvE content like Master Vog. Having the new stasis aspect, Bleak Watchers, the stasis turret, just does wonders, makes it a whole lot easier.
Right, right. Now, let me ask you this. Do you feel that a lot of raids now are designed based off the Warlock supers?
Ah, well, I would say not really. I guess in terms of bosses, but I don't think design based off that. I think that have to do with the amount of ads. But hmm, I guess it depends on encounter by encounter. I think most of the raids are designed around just having a diverse team comp,
Mm-hmm.
like a what's it? You look at Deep Stone. It has a couple of bosses and some puzzle mechanics. So
Right.
in those boss encounters, you're gonna want some more like Titans for the extra DPS. But for stuff like crypt security,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna want some hunters for just extra invis, stuff like that, survivability as well. So I suppose yeah, it's quite well rounded in terms of encounter design for raids.
Hmm. Okay.
S-
So
Hmm.
now
Speaking
moving
of
on
raid,
from that, what
yeah, I wanted to.
I think you were
Was one.
wanting to talk about PvP.
Um, I just remembered about something. Incentive to do raids in Destiny 2. So, would you call
Oh,
yourself a raider, Armalite? Do you do a lot of raids, or are you more of like a Nightfall kind of guy? Stuff like that.
uh, to be honest, I want to be in raids more often.
Mm,
Um, I would, especially learning more of the mechanics. Is just
right.
with the whole scheduling and everything, trying to get that all
Mm,
set up. But um, I mean, I'm kind of I would say a balance back and forth. I'm more of PvE than PvP, but I'm not afraid to
right.
go into some PvP, except trials. I'm not. I need to get good before I can really mess with trials
I
right now.
too am. God, Trials is a whole fucking. Oh God,
well,
Trials is just pain.
let's continue on with your thoughts
With
on the
raids,
raids.
incentive I think is the word all around. Cause Last Wish, I don't know if it was this season or last season, as well as Deepstone Crypt to stop giving pinnacles, which I feel is just not like a great move on Bungie's part. Like there needs to be incentive to do raids. I mean, same thing with Log as well. There's Vex Mythic class, which is just an awful exotic,
Hmm.
in my opinion. And but they have done something good with incentive, which is adding the time lost weapons, which gives someone a you know actual desire to do master Vogue. But when you look at it, there's really not a huge reason to do raids besides if you're either chasing pinnacles or you're looking for like a certain weapon. But after you get that weapon, there's no reason to run that raid again.
Hmm.
And I feel like wrong button. I feel like there's sort of a lack of incentive for most raids. Like again, Deepstone Crypt got its what's it called? Pinnacles taken away, and so did Last Wish. And I feel like more players in the community need to experience raids. So I feel like adding some exclusive content to raids, while there will always be the argument that they're just quote unquote locking it behind raids. But I mean, it's necessary to get players in there. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. So with the state of the game, um, I want you to think back right before everything went dark of Beyond Light, before Beyond Light launched. I want you
Around
to think
season
of everything beyond pat before that
five.
to now. How much do you think the game has changed? And do you see that the game is going in the right direction? Because for me, I feel like Bungie has done quite a bit to in the right direction. For the fact that I know a lot of people, complain about this and that, but the one thing I did notice that if there's ever anything that needed to be changed or fixed,
Mm.
they're able to do it a whole lot quicker than they used to.
That is true. Hot.
And I really like the way that everything is set up. Yeah, when Beyond Light dropped, everything seemed very kind of it was light. There was like it wasn't a whole lot going on, especially I think it's because of all the vaulting that what
Tail
happened.
end. Right.
So yeah, but
I feel
the
like.
way I felt for me and I wanted to kind of get your insight on this. Do you feel like I felt like Beyond Light was basically the reset button for Bungie?
It was definitely a reset button for Bungie. I mean, whole thing with sunsetting and even the simple things done like the UI, like so much stuff changed and like kind of looking at these new seasons, like without Beyond Light, you wouldn't really these seasons wouldn't be here and stuff like that.
Right.
Mm. And I feel like the game, sort of say that the game's been on an upward trend as of late, like on the PvE side, content's getting better. Seasonal content is really hit or miss for me, I suppose. Sometimes the season's good, sometimes it's bad. But the core gameplay loop of season, of like, you know, is going up. It's getting better. Looking forward to season 15. But in terms of the PvE state of the game, I feel like it could not be worse.
Right.
There's not a lot of incentive to go flawless, other than the adept weapons, which aren't a huge boost. I mean, the adept mods do a lot, but I mean, it's still not enough to warrant going flawless, I think. And while there has been a lot of talk of cheaters lately, I saw a Lucky 10 video
Mm-hmm.
on how there's going to be a lot of cheaters coming in soon, and Bungie is just not well equipped for cheaters. PC is having a really rough time with that one. Although the anti-cheat is I don't even know. I haven't been doing my research, but yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that. You know, PC tends to deal with a lot more cheaters than like us console players have to deal with, and I can only imagine what it would be like, having to deal with people like that. And um, this is my thinking when it comes to because it seems like within our community, um, people who play PVE really don't care. And I'm thinking, well, I play PVE. I think we should go the route of, hey, maybe we should, you know, stand side by side with those who play PvP only, who are just like
Right.
PvP gods that want to see change. That, maybe we should stand up with them and be like, yeah, like give them new maps,
Yeah.
anti cheat of some sort that's better than what the one that we have currently. Which
I
I
feel like
understand. Like, we don't. I know a lot of people really emphasize on that those are the things that we need, but at the same time, it's like they we don't know what's going on in the back end. We just see what's in front of us or what they're willing to
true.
provide us the information. So they could be working on an anti cheat, but we just don't know about it. So
Right.
I mean, but I mean, what do we do? Do we just keep waiting just to
What you
see? I mean that's all we can do, right? I mean, besides
what you
go
said
on Twitter and cry about it, I guess.
true.
But at the same
What you said
time,
on
we should we shouldn't be like, you know, neglecting our fellow PvP guardians by
right.
be like, well, this, like,
Kind
the one thing, like, Destiny is just a PvE game and
of
PvP is just added bonus. It's like,
right.
yeah,
For
but
that
if you
to
really think about it, Bungie is in a really good spot. The way that the gunplay feels so damn good, like they got that secret sauce. Like, if they could really bolster PvP, oh my god, this
I
game
feel
would
like
be
the
unstoppable, dude.
sandbox is just not equipped for like a PvP game. Like it's just too different. Like when you have so many moving parts, it's just start already like for comparison, Halo had a multiplayer. Like if I were to pop in the multiplayer disc right now, give it to a person who's never played Halo and said, "Is this a PvE or PvP game?" They'd say PvP because all the mechanics are already there.
Hmm.
But if I do that with Destiny, then too many of the PvE mechanics are there that are, you know, blending in with each other and just, not making a super stable experience. And the thing you said with PvE and PvP players standing together, I like that. But for that to happen, there needs to be a sort of interchangeable gameplay loop, like a PvP weapon is good for a PvP for a PvE activity, and that weapon gets you through that said activity. You get the rewards that go back into PvP, and there needs to be like a loop. So the more, so that,
Well, we kind
the
of
players actually care.
it's kind of like half-assed that way.
Mm,
PV like because like a lot of people will play PvE to chase certain loots that's good for PvP.
right,
You know,
and it's not the same way around. There's not a lot of reason for a PvE person to go into PvP. There's
well,
barely
except
none at all.
Recluse,
Which,
Recluse and
yeah,
Mountaintop. You
sunset.
know, yeah, it's now Sunset, but
Rest in
like
peace.
that Recluse was like
I miss
besides
Recluse.
maybe some other weapons, but that's like the main one I can think of that was like PvP oriented, but everybody you use it for like everything else. You know,
Mm,
maybe if they put more weapons like that just in basic Crucible, you know,
mm,
not like where they're overpowered, but they're still just as good. I
right.
mean, I guess you come across a couple here and there, like I guess, but I don't know. Should let's say like the weapons that you obtain in PvP remain in PvP,
Mm,
and then whatever you obtain in PvE remain in PvE. So like it almost separates it, or should it be like mix and match? You know,
mm.
it should be one way and the other. You know, it doesn't matter.
Um, I feel like with PvP it should be it's separated because it feels like could be its own experience separated from a PvE. Like just in a PvP like match in a game, like there's so many. I don't know. Hold on a second, I gotta. I'm sorry, my cat just fucking barged into my room. All right,
I was about to say. It's
just
like,
fucking
oh
chase
shit,
him out.
I'm gonna be here by myself. But
But
yeah,
what was I saying? What was I
weapons,
saying?
PvP,
Yeah,
PvE.
that kind of stuff. I feel like it should be more separate experience, just because there's so much stuff inside of the sandbox in PvE that just couldn't work well inside of a PvP experience. Take stasis, um, first. I think if they focused on yeah, because stasis was made for like a PvE sort of thing, and once it got into PvP, it just wreaked havoc, and it was a huge problem that had to be nerfed. So I feel
Right.
like if there's that line, PvP could be a lot more enjoyable. Like if it had that more competitive edge, because like simply like reading the radar in PvP is such a different, sort of thing than in PvE that I don't really know where I'm going with this, but yeah, there you go. That's my stance.
I
Damn.
get it. I get it.
Mm,
Well, I don't know. I think like I want to see PvP flourish just as much as like
mm,
you see in PvE. You
right.
know, like I would love to see Crucible. Like, okay,
Mm,
take for instance, maybe not an entire DLC, but maybe an entire season just dedicated to PvP.
I a lot of people have had that thought before. Yeah, my I get to sort of agree with you. I do want PvP to stick around. I don't want it to be completely just discarded because this brings me to a very good thing. When was the last time you got excited about Iron Banner? When you really thought, oh, dude, Iron Banner weapon, let's go grind out some Iron Banner. I feel like
That's
Iron Banner has
actually a
just been
funny
so neglected.
that's a funny thing. And I have a theory on that.
Iron Banner has just been so neglected. Like it's been, we haven't even gotten any new armor sets. I don't know what they're doing over there with Iron Banner. Even the new weapons. I mean, adding even like just two a season, I don't think will be enough. Even if it's like bringing back old or like old armor, like wreck some of the ornaments, just something to do Iron Banner again. Because I remember when Iron Banner used to be fun, and I kind of miss those days of running into the banana.
Well, here, okay. I when it comes to like Iron Banner, this is um how I've seen it. The last time I got excited from when Iron Banner came about, that was when um I had like a whole squad of players in my clan that we would team up and we just go in and run Iron Banner, just play together. And I think I could be wrong, and I am willing to admit if I'm wrong, if someone could point me in the right direction if I am wrong. But I think a lot of people that play Destiny and complain about Destiny at the same time, they forget that this is not a one player game. I I
I
I can, and the reason why I say that is because whenever I would I played D1, right? I played D1 and I played the Taken King, and it was a lot of fun. I had the time of my life. I really enjoyed it. But it was just like another game for to
uh,
me at the time.
that's I used to be a solo player back in before ever after for Forsaken. That's when I actually got into a fire team. So that's when I think I got a good perspective on this. Yeah, as like a standalone experience without a fire team or people to play with, Destiny is just not a fun game. It doesn't really have much to offer to the player. So I feel like when criticizing a game like Destiny like this, you need to look at it from a multiplayer perspective. Like this game needs to be, shown as a multiplayer experience all the way around. And like the casual one player experience, like that voice, I don't really think has a place in Destiny. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but with my experience, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people have the same experience, that they um I didn't really get to actually experience Destiny in its fullest until I got into a clan and started playing with other people within the community. So that's when I really found my enjoyment. That's where I really fell in love with the game. It wasn't just the game itself, but the people I played with. Like, let's take this for example. For like you were saying the last time I got excited when Iron Banner came around. Well, boys and I, we would play bag out
Right.
and during Iron Banner. So we would go in as a six stack because it would only be fair, because if you go in with like five people, then the random blueberry ain't gonna know what the hell is going on. But the idea is if you play the game as normal, but uh, you know how Iron Banner is so sweaty.
Hmm.
As soon as someone teabags, that's basically
Oh,
when you drop playing the objective, and
just
you all you do is hunt that one person down the entire match, and you have to, after you kill them, like whoever gets teabagged has to shout out that person's name, and then we would uh uh hunt him down. We won't capture zones or nothing, and we would get to, and after you kill him, you have to teabag him back, and then somebody else has to be sure to see that that happened. So it's kind of like a teabag confirmed, I guess. So, but we would do that the entire match until the match was over. We didn't care if we won or lost. But after that, if we got matched with that same person, we continued the game. So, we kept
so
that going until like he was no longer in the lobby. Like just having the entire fire team come hunt you down. No, you could not hide. You were being hunted the entire time. Oh my god, it was so much fun. You know, it's stuff like that when people can get
Yeah.
creative and like, kind of step outside the boundaries of
Mm,
Destiny a little bit and come up with their own
I got you.
entertainments. That's what I
Like
love about the game. It's more
in
of like bringing people together.
mm, makes sense. I like that. I like how Destiny's incorporating more LFG stuff into the game itself and not just on a website. It
Well,
certainly lends to that.
you know what would really help, and I think it would be really cool, is having it set up for in the Crucible where you can shit talk to the other team. Just like the old Call of
Oh,
Duty days, you know?
proximity mic? Oh my god, if they had
Uh-huh.
proximity mic, oh lord.
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Ah, hmm.
that's what I would do. Definitely.
Feel like my big enjoyment for Destiny was when I got my first raid done. Um, yeah, raids really are the and what make Destiny Destiny for me. So that brings me to this question: what are raids to you? How are they good? Are they bad? How could they be improved? That kind of stuff. What are you thinking on raids?
Well, I actually I really don't. I really the raids are an enjoyment. The only thing I would like to see different is the attitude within the community, especially like
Ah,
all the horror
good.
stories I hear
I like that.
from, other players that would LFG
Mm,
and basically just, you know, they would
right.
that people would be toxic. All they care about is the completion. They ain't got the patience to teach anybody if they just don't know it. I mean, I've ran with just about any of those type of people,
Mm,
and I've had people that would just be like, "We're just trying to get this completion," and it's like, "Okay, well, chill. You know, this guy can't figure it out. We gotta help him."
right.
But
So,
I would say with the raids, I mean, I really like how the raids are. I haven't even had the opportunity to do any of the, for day one raids. I
oh,
would
those
love to
are a
do that.
blast.
Where you're just going in blind, you ain't got a freaking clue what's going on. Another thing I would really like to um, do is like the master vlog. I would
Oh,
love to do
Master
that.
Vogue.
Yeah,
That's a good
but
talking point on Master Vogue.
well, I think I need some more practice, but at the same
Of course.
time, I still need to do it for the first time. I haven't even done Vlog yet, so
Oh,
hopefully,
for real?
sometime one day, I will be able to do Vlog and get good at it, and then turn around and be able to do the master version. That'd be
Mm,
awesome.
right. And the whole thing with LFGs and the sort of stigma around that, I feel, is so let's say I've fired up and know what to do with LFG run, right? And there's someone who's only got 5 clears. Is it alright at that moment to like look for another guy? Because I don't feel like going through the experience of teaching. I just want the clear. Is that the right thing to do?
No,
What?
I mean, you could pick your poison. I mean, if you're upfront saying like,
Right.
"Hey, we're just trying to get the clear, please no." I
Mm,
mean, that's fine. I mean,
yeah.
if you're being open and honest about it, okay, that
True.
that's your choice.
I mean, I
Um,
guess it.
Now if like, but what I'm more talking about is a lot of the times it could be just people that are within your clan alone
Right.
that are wanting to do the raid, and people would just get frustrated because they want to get the completion,
Of
or
course.
sometimes it's the guy that's trying to teach the raid, but all they're trying to do is get the completion. I I've actually have had that experience, and it's
Mm,
not fun. Now I've also had the experience where someone just he'll take all the time in the world, and you can wipe all day, all night long, and he ain't gonna break. He will stay cool as shit till the end. But it's
I
funny
like that
because you take
person.
him out of that environment, put him in PvP. Game one, that dude is losing his shit the entire damn time, and it's hilarious. But it's cool. It's cool. Um, but yeah, I mean that's kind of my thoughts on that.
Mm. So for trials, me, Resi, and Random tried last week's trials for the Igneous Hammer and Shire's Wrath.
Hmm.
And honestly, I keep trying to think of why I hate PvP and Gambit so much. Like, you know, why is it so unenjoyable for me? I feel like it's because I'm gonna use like Jotun as an example here. Like, I get into a gunfight, right? It's like 1v1. I got someone in my sights, in my corridor, and yet like a second teammate from across the map shatter dies me, hits me with a Jotun at the same time. It's just like a simple 1v1 interaction can be so just screwed up by like abilities and just like no skill weapons. I just sometimes want the simple 1v1 gunfight.
Hmm. That's another thing I would like to cover with the whole meta in PvP. But first, Gambit. Uh, I think with Gambit, it's more of uh, it's easy. I mean, especially when it comes to the PvP part of the aspect. I mean, and I'm
Of
not
course, but
saying like as a flex. It's more of like there's really not much to it. There's not
really,
like a whole lot of mechanic. I mean, if you get a
it's
rhythm and a
just
strategy, it's almost like you can't. You're unstoppable at a certain point.
right.
I mean, I've seen people that like I've been in matches where people would just come in and just freaking wipe the entire team every
Oh my
time,
god.
and it's like, holy crap, dude, this guy is freaking good, and you get no motes banked
Uh,
into the thing, and yeah, that kind of stuff gets frustrating. I felt, but I did feel like it was a little better when we still had 3 rounds.
mm,
But what it
oh,
made it frustrating for me when it came to like those 3 rounds was having to play 40 matches of those 3 rounds when we were
oh,
trying to go for the breakneck.
I
That
feel like for
that
that was
is what
pain,
got
dude.
me crazy.
That was
So,
so much pain. I remember going with the breaknet, but 3 rounds for me was just way too long. It was just one big round, 100 motes to the primeval. I just feel like 3 rounds, you know, went on way too long. And
mhm.
Gambit's so unenjoyable because of the gameplay loop of just going from area to area and killing more guys only to have some kid with Xeno just reset your entire progress.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the in Destiny, like most FPSs anymore, there's none of that like whoa, this guy's good. It's more of this, oh, this guy's using this one weapon, what a piece of shit, that kind of stuff.
Well,
Wait, so yeah.
I
I
guess
guess
we
let's just
can
take the meta as a whole.
well, here's the thing. Um when it comes to the meta,
Oh,
and
meta.
I might say something that's a little controversial. So,
Um, I'm ready. We
um
gotta get some
could you
opinions.
consider someone using the meta equals skill?
No, of course not.
Obviously.
Meta, because it's so easy to use, of course. I mean,
Right.
hot
It's
take
almost
right there.
like people are like, okay, okay, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to say it. Stasis. Okay, the issue with stasis. Yes, stasis at first was
Stasis.
horrible in the Crucible at
Mm,
first, but before this last patch, it was actually not that bad. I don't care who you are, what you say, or anything,
okay.
and you wanna whine and cry because
So listen.
stasis was freezing you. Okay, it was everywhere. You know why? Because it was the meta, and just like all the other weapons, everybody's using the meta. Everybody's slide
Hmm.
shotgunning everywhere and hand
But
cannons or whatever the meta is at that. Wither horde and the Gnawing Hunger meta.
mm,
Everybody was rocking that at the same time. I mean,
right. But
and
like,
and that's the
with
thing. Like people, I see a lot of people try to associate like the using the meta equals skill. I mean, not really. I use a
it
bow and
will
a
never
hand
equal
cannon. I have
skill.
some off days where I'm not making the best decisions. I could be better, but my dream is to go flawless running a bow and a hand cannon. I don't care what you say. That is
I
my
like that
dream.
honestly.
That
I
is
like the
my dream.
flex weapon choices, but at the same time, with something like the meta and stasis, when you said that, but with something like a not like a weapon, non-hunger, and a shotgun, there's only so much like you can do with that. Like when you get like stasis into this, there's so much like I don't know, like when you're cause like the fucking oh my god, and then your words, Femto. Um, with a weapon meta, hold on a second, dude. Let me fucking think about what I want to say. This is pain. Um, I apologize. I've never been on a podcast before. My two
uh,
viewers in chat.
yeah,
But yeah,
right.
like stasis was just so powerful. I don't think you can like put it inside of a weapon, like categorize it as meta, something that goes alongside a shotgun or a
I can,
non-hunger.
I
Because with
can.
the shotgun, because the shotgun or like non-hunger, there's defense mechanisms. There's backpedaling. There's classic shooting back and stuff like that. But with stasis, shatter diving, fucking the freezing, I think it's just too much.
Well, the reason why I say that is
Cause
because everybody gravitates towards what is the easiest
exactly with
to get
stasis, you
their
press two
kills.
buttons. You
So
press two buttons and you
obviously,
win the fight.
Stasis was very OP at the beginning,
Hmm.
and they would turn around, and everybody is using that the most OP weapon or subclass. Yes, they were all using it because that's what the
Hmm.
meta is. And I feel like okay, I think a lot of people didn't like it because it was something new, it was something different. You got frozen instead of you just got deleted by a certain weapon. I mean, to me, after they toned it down a little bit before like I was saying, like the last patch. Before that, I mean, I thought it was exciting, even if it was being used on me. You just hear that sound like a warlock popping off, and you're like, oh
Oh
shit,
my
I gotta get out of
god.
here. I'm about to die.
I
But
will admit,
I mean, it was
what's it called?
great. It was great, but and like I still use stasis still. I mean, it's still valuable. Like you can still use it correct. Like if you do it correctly, you just have to be smarter about it. But I think it's just they need it. I guess the only way to get people to use it less is to nerf it to the ground to the point where everybody's just like, it's trash, and now everybody's going to top tree dawn, and that's what
I
you
was.
that's what you got going on now.
There's always builds to be made and like things to optimize. Stasis can still have a good place in PvP. I have a build on on Stasis Titan, which everyone said was shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where I combine some fractures, so wherever I use a grenade and break that grenade, I get an overshield, and I get grenade energy from that, and I can pair that up with so many builds. But yeah, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyways, Stasis was so just fucking broken. It didn't like break the meta; it just elevated it to a point where it was just I don't know, quote unquote, beyond the meta to like because with like a Fell Winters and a non-hunger, you're like doing more things. You're reading radar. You're peeking in and out. But with stasis, it's just walking towards the enemy, pressing L1 and just winning the fight. But
Yeah, but you
I
could.
will admit,
I really.
stasis
Stasis
was
is like. I mean, you only get to use it like what, twice a match, three times if you like really spec your shit
that
out
does
really
depend
good.
on the build.
But I mean, I while everybody was crying about stasis, I was like, "What are you doing about the shotgunners? I'm getting sick and tired of being hit with this fell winners every freaking day. Why?"
Shotgun apes,
And
man.
it's like, and people
Monkas.
think that you got skill because you're running a shotgun. It's like, dude, like, don't
Oh my god.
associate meta with skill because I mean, but who am I
Yeah,
to
to
say
me,
anything? I'm a PVE player. I don't know. I don't know nothing. So
to me, you gotta earn your tea bags. If you hit me with some crazy like double flicks, like shotgun, I don't even know, like no scoping off the back of some sort of build, I'll be completely fine with the tea bag. Like you gotta earn your tea bags with me.
well,
Uh,
I for me, I actually started adventuring more into Rumble, and
ooh,
I've actually had a couple matches. The
bro.
last match I had was on the moon, and that like I found like this just perfect spot right on some steps. I had two lanes that I can kind of cover with a bow and a hand cannon. Woo, boy, I was popping off. I haven't gotten first place yet, but I'm getting there. I got
One
like
day.
I got like second place, but it was great. I actually want to start streaming, like just I guess call it
Yeah.
get good, and I want to practice and learn because my I want to get to the tower, and all I used was a bow and a hand cannon the entire time. I want to.
That's
I
I
mean, if
respect
I
it. I
that
respect
is
it, bro.
a that is an accomplishment that I think I
Honestly.
could do.
Hmm. Uh,
And no, I
Fire.
would try to stay away from Slow Monarch. I would try to use something else.
Oh, Narco, no, dude.
Actually, I
Game
found
Over.
what was it? Um, oh, I can't even think of the damn bow. It was the it was not Hush. It was the other one. I don't think it was Spiteful Fang. I think
Oh yeah, I
it was,
miss speaking of that.
I
Black
was
Armor.
using that, and I was using the uh, Hawk Moon. That
Alright.
that was a good matchup.
That reminds me of Scourge of the Past and also fucking Sunsetting. Because God, I was so mad when they took Scourge away. It was like my favorite raid of all time and they had Sunset it. But on Sunsetting, I feel like it's necessary. They did it in Destiny 1. And they did it in Destiny 1 and it worked out just fine. I hear no one talking about Destiny 1 sunsetting or D1 sunsetting at the time, so I don't know why they can't just do the same plan.
Well, I noticed people are all like, well, not everybody, but there is quite a few people that are butthurt about the whole. Uh oh, I got kicked to orbit.
But you see,
Uh, I sat too long. Uh, but anyways, um, I guess can I join up on you?
I think so.
I'll try to join up on you.
Yeah.
It's okay.
What were you
I got this. Join your fire team. I guess we can find another spot because that's gonna take a while for me to get
saying?
back there.
Yeah.
But anyways, what was I saying? What were we talking about? I got sidetracked.
I've completely forgot. Sunsetting. Yeah, for a
Sunsetting.
minute we were talking
Oh,
about
okay.
sunsetting.
Moon weapons. Moon and Dreaming City
Ah,
weapons that they brought back. Okay.
listen.
Uh I
Well,
my here's my thoughts on that coming back. I think it's good. I think it's a good thing that they brought those weapons back.
hmm,
You know why? Because they are still selling that DLC and those weapons are sunsetted.
ah,
Excuse me. You
okay,
catching
I
my
got you.
drift? Those
That's a
weapons are
good point.
sunsetted
Good point.
and you can't use them after a certain point. So you basically but you buy a DLC that's still
You're
active.
buying less content,
You're
right? Yeah, I
basically
get
just buying a content where you get the story, but you can't even use the damn weapons. So
you. Exactly.
yeah, yeah, we
Makes
don't.
sense.
So I think I'm gonna find me a better spot. Where should we go?
Yeah.
Where should we go? Um, actually, I know where I want to go. I want to go to my old spot.
Ah, perfect, dude.
Yeah,
We-
that's all the way over here by Hawthorne.
yeah. For for the new weapons, new roles and perks they're giving on them, and the new perks in general are just, I don't know, not worth it. If it were me, uh, I'd rather just have new weapons being brought in rather than returning
Well,
ones.
yeah, I mean, but we've
Of course,
also like we've already got, you know, new weapons, right? We
so
got
perfect.
we got the
Although
out
out of
all the override
those new
weapons.
weapons,
So you
out of
have
those
those.
override weapons, which ones are you usually using? Like, are you really going and like, dude,
Uh
gonna be using my insert random override weapon? What's it called?
um
Grid skipper. Yeah,
Actually, that is one of the weapons I do want to start trying out for. But
gotcha.
for me, I was actually wanting to go for. Well, I got the ignition code. It came with slide shot and feeding. No, not feeding for slide shot and frenzy, and that thing is really really good, especially with the breach and clear mod. Um,
Sure.
but uh, what's the the auto rifle. I'm brain fart.
Chroma Rush
Yeah,
is
Chroma's
actually
Rush.
quite good.
Yeah, that thing is really,
Uh,
really good, especially if you got heating up and rampage. Ooh,
mm,
boy. Yes.
but yeah,
I mean, I don't
Chroma
really
Rush.
have a specific weapon I'm really chasing for the override anymore. I think it's, I mean, I like to get a good grid skipper and the machine gun, and possibly the shotgun, but I'm not even really sure what the god roll is for the shotgun. So
Alright.
I'm not really sure.
But yeah, the content in the DLCs is actually in the DLC, so that's good, I suppose.
Yeah.
Uh, ooh, right. So, Master Bog, this has been talked about a bit in the community, and how since it's 1350, players sort of have to be grinding those artifact levels in order to, be on par for master level Bog. So, what are your thoughts on that? Is that necessary? Or is it, not, is it good, is it bad? What are we thinking?
Well, I would like to say, well, I would like to see more creative ways to come up with for the raid, especially for like master, instead of
That's,
just making everything more tanky or
thank you for bringing that up,
able
I just
or
remembered.
more able to kill you faster. Um,
Right, oh my
I
gosh.
think, but they did get creative with like those certain like you have to do those challenges. I really like how they came up with
That,
that.
I feel like if
Um,
it was, where every challenge was active, and if you didn't do them, you would wipe, I feel like that would have been so much better. Yeah, keep
right,
going.
but I don't know. I mean, Bungie is like on their own on this, so I mean they don't have the funding like they used to. Um,
Right.
when when Activision was with them. But at the same time, I mean, we just have to wait and see where it goes. I mean,
Thank you for reminding me on that,
uh,
because that
yeah, they. I mean, I would really like to see other things come about, but it just takes time. I know, and especially now that we got the our first master version of a raid, and they put challenges in, and they give you new weapons to chase after. Like if you achieve those things. Um, Now I know there's been like when it comes to like the raid weapons, like for like let's say Deep Stone Crypt with the Eyes of Tomorrow. Um,
right.
that's and the drop rates for that
Hmm.
is so RNG. So it's more like okay, should it be you complete the raid so many times to the point of where it just automatically gives it to you?
Hmm.
Or should it stay as rare as it is?
Raid exotics need to have that what's it called? They need to be hard to obtain. They need to have that RNG
I mean, does it, I
factor in
mean,
my
would it
book.
really feel the same? Like, okay, let's say in 20 matches, if you haven't received this certain weapon, and it will automatically drop. Well, you're about to do your 20th raid, or whatever that raid is, and the weapon of your choice that you're trying to get. And you know, you as soon as you complete this, you're getting that weapon. Well, does
There's not that
once you
excitement.
receive
You know
it,
what
do
I'm saying?
you still feel the same about achieving it or receiving it as you would if it just randomly dropped?
Right, because there's not that excitement just before, it's about to drop or not. There needs to be that excitement for what's it called? A raid exotic. Um, but yeah, other raid exotics are in a really bad place as of late. They've not been hitting like they used to.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that just has to do with the meta, and right now, the meta is piggybacked off of the new mods from our artifact. Here's an idea that I'd like to see, like when it comes to the artifacts. I think it'd be really cool at some point that we can actually maybe uh, obtain like one artifact that has like all the old mods from
Mm.
previous seasons, but it's in the last column, right? Like the breach and clear and all the ones like now and all the ones from before,
We'd
but
be like a
make it
soft
count
blood
like
sandwich.
9 on your armor piece.
Ah,
Like the breach and clear mod is, where it costs 9 spots on your,
seven.
like for my cloak, that's where I gotta have it put on.
Hmm.
I think that would actually be a really cool idea because then you can only do one, and it would
But
all, but all those mods would only fit in that slot. I think we
but
might
if
be get to that point where we could do that, and you
I
can,
feel like
and that will give you all sorts of builds, and of course you're gonna have broken builds and nerfs and buffs and all that great shit.
players would find a way though, like still there's like six players on a fire team, one person oppressive, breaching clear. Um, yeah, they could be that. I see that as way too much power. Um, breach yeah. Seasonal mods need to say in the season because if we had access to all those mods, like get oppressive darkness plus breaching clear plus that one mod from season 13 that made Thunder Crash do more damage at when you were like low on health. I forgot what it was called. But
Yeah, I
dude,
know
the
which one.
the
Uh,
potential is just
yeah, you be
the raid
deleting
bosses would be new.
everything.
Like you throw a nade on a like preaching clear oppressive, and the thunder crash comes in, dude. There's no chance.
Right.
Atheon would just like fucking melt it on the spot, dude.
Yeah.
Folded. Hmm.
I don't know.
Interesting idea, though.
Yeah. That's all it is an idea.
Seasons. That reminds me, season 15. I think it really needs to be a good season. Cause since it's gonna be so long since Witch Queen um, comes out, if it's just another season of Destiny, then yeah, it won't be a positive. But this season was really it was a good season even without VOG, but VOG was really what made the season. Cause imagine what this would be without VOG.
Mm. Yeah, that is true. I can see that. Now here's another topic
No,
I was wanting to discuss tonight. What is your thoughts once Halo Infinite,
ooh,
is that the one comes? That's the one? Okay.
that's the one.
Halo Infinite, when it comes out, do you feel like there's going to be a permanent mass exodus of the Destiny PvP
Uh,
player base.
PvP player base is already taking a big hit. I mean, with all these hackers on the rise and stuff like that, I feel like Destiny would really have to pull out a lot of stops to really get keep the players back in. But I feel like yeah, there would be an exodus. Yes. That reminds me. Yeah, Halo Infinite multiplayer. I've just been seeing so much of it. Like and yeah, compared to Destiny's multiplayer, there's just no way. Oh God, I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Let me wake up.
Hey, it's late. It's past your bedtime.
Sure, buddy.
Uh,
But
no, I
Destiny and Halo are such two different games that I feel like wouldn't
yeah,
be a
but
large because all the people leaving wouldn't be I feel like wouldn't be like I don't know too well versed into Destiny. I feel that the majority of people leaving to Halo Infinite would be those who just I don't know either just got it or just getting into Destiny or just not too sure if it's for them.
yeah, but okay. Here's another kind of I guess piggyback off of that topic. Um, I feel like if I'm understanding the conversation about the whole PvP aspects, it sounds more like to me that the PvP community wants Destiny to be, just like another AAA esports
Uh,
where you can actually be competitive. But I just
mm,
don't see, like, Destiny, it's unique in its own way. And I don't see how really, if you, because it almost sounds like people want, okay, let's say guns only for Crucible.
yeah,
Like
I was
there's a
just about to say
match that's just like a single playlist that is guns only. And but if you do that, does that is it really then Destiny anymore after that? I mean,
that. Hmm.
it's more like okay, it sounds more like to me people want it to be like Call of Duty or they want it like Halo. So
Right.
it would you could be competitive like in Halo, but it looks like Destiny. That's how I feel. I could be wrong on this, but I feel like that's where the conversation is headed. You
I
know?
feel like I think PvP has its competitive edge already. With just needs to be perfected like that. But no, I feel like the PvP community is just fucking tired and broken down. Man. I feel
Okay.
like they want
Like if you took away, let's say they came up with the whole uh oh, what do you call it?
oh
Uh,
so
like to you know they come up with a way to deal with cheaters to all
they get their
together.
anti cheat.
Yes, anti cheat.
Alright, no more
You know
shooters.
they get a new anti cheat that works, less cheaters, or at least find a way to keep the cheaters out. So they do that, give you a few more maps, and then what? What's after that?
Uh, what's
Because
after that?
I I don't see there's an end to it. It just seems like does the PvP community know what they really want? I know a lot of them say
Ooh.
just give me new maps, just give me new maps, but you get those new maps in a couple months, you're going to be bored of them.
No, I think that they're valid in that. It's been 600 days without a new map, but
Oh, I know. I've
yeah,
seen the count.
they gotta be consistent with the map. Things like a new map every season. I don't think that's impossible for Bungie to do. You know, I feel like yeah, PvP community. I think that it's been so stagnant for so long that I think they've got a good idea of where it should be headed. I'm not too well versed in PvP, so I wouldn't really know.
Hmm.
Shit, I am not being good at answering these questions. Um, I'm just. Everything I'm saying is just fucking PvP bad.
Yeah,
Nah,
PvP bad. Yeah, basically what everybody
just
else
delete
is
it,
saying, I
really.
guess. You know,
Mm.
but it's still it's a good way to have the conversation.
Ooh,
So, um,
speaking.
and I'm pretty sure we have others that would be more than happy that are more versed in PvP to come onto the show and give their point of views. Maybe
Please.
help me understand.
Mm. If
Because
only.
I'm willing to listen and maybe like we can have this conversation because honestly, you know, PvP the PvP community really does, make up a good portion of us. And I would hate to see that split down in half and then they leave, you know.
Mm.
And then we see nothing but cheaters and Ricos. That's it. We got nothing else in Crucible anymore after that. So,
Mm.
but anyways, I think we're going to go
Oh.
ahead and end the show for the night. This was a kind of a last minute uh, show, and I wanted to get on here and at least put the effort in. Um, I do have some things coming in the very near future. Um, and I understand we have other shows, other podcasts that cover Destiny, talk about Destiny, but I noticed that most of them are streamers and content creators, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. To me, I think what we need is a little more variety, maybe a little more words from, those who play the game day to day, get their point of views and not feel like, oh, just because, you know, well, if you have a point of view, you're not going to be torn down because the streamer doesn't like your idea.
Right.
So, but yeah,
Mm.
um,
And
we're
I'm gonna
going
call this one my practice stream. I'll next time I'll come out with
to.
some more questions, answers, and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But
this one don't count.
yep, we got one more in the bag. We got this has definitely been a good one. I would like to try to get some more people in on the show as well, and that way we can kind of have the conversation really flowing then. And but at the same time, I'm not gonna I'm not going to share just exactly what it is I have in store, but I think it's really going to change things. At least the conversation. It may
And
not change the game, but it can at least, it'd be good for entertainment, I guess.
of
Um,
course,
and it may just fall flat on his face. Who knows? But
either way, either way it'll be fun. Of course.
but before we leave, Femto, you got anything you'd like to say?
Next time I'll come back less tired, more talking points. But this was really fun. It's cool hanging with you, Armalite. Nice to share my opinions with the community. However well I did that, but yeah, this was awesome. I want to thank you for the opportunity, and yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
catch you next time, I suppose.
yep. Uh, I'm actually. Oh, and I got pushed to orbit again. Uh,
Uh,
but anyways, we are going to finish this up. We're going to do. I'm gonna try to do some more. Um, uh, do some more streams here. I like to try to get it set up between Monday through Friday, and basically the graveyard shift of the Loop Cave podcast. And that way, you know, we can keep this ball rolling. So, but yeah, if you already know what to do. If you like what you see, what you hear, whatever, like, comment, subscribe. You know, if you guys got any points that you want to point out, go ahead and put it in the comment section. And and also, I don't have anything to sell you because I'm not monetized and I'm not looking for sponsors. This is just something for fun. So I guess you could consider me as another independent content creator. So, um, yeah, you'll have that, and it's all free. It ain't gonna cost you anything. So, hopefully, maybe in the next show, I'll go ahead and share what my ideas are for the future, and maybe we'll, if you guys think that it would be good, you know, go ahead and share the word, share it with your friends, let everybody know, and yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and call it a night. And goodbye.
Oh my! I did